All right, it is August 24th, and I am super excited for this call because I looked at the document and we have a few people in the club already. And honestly, I think everyone is doing fantastic on their Team Cup. I have been checking in with other leaders who have been with some of you guys also that aren't necessarily on my team. And you guys are communicating and asking questions and you're putting yourselves out there. And that's like what is the super fantastic part of it all, because if you don't put yourself out there, then what the heck are we doing? So it's awesome if you are trying, because that is all that it takes, is to try. So I wanted to give a big shout out to those of you that have been updating the document in the Warrior Team Fitness page and just showing and sharing that you're trying to do things with people and help people. So we have so far in the club is me, myself, Mario Moreno, and Marissa Pennington, all with either 5 to 6 points getting you there and adding coaches to their team. That's what's amazing, is that they are trying hard. We have a couple others that have been added into Warrior Team Fitness and are actually on the board, but they're still learning their tricks of the trade and figuring out how to manage all of that stuff. But that's okay. But we are going to, size is still on sale. Of course, everyone should know that. I am waiting for the big release of if it's going to be continuing on next month or if there's going to be something else out there. So I will let you know as soon as I hear from our Diamond group. You ready?
I'm just excited to be here. We honestly, I don't know how many of you guys heard the call this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the calls are very, very important. And here's why. When I first started this and when Jennifer was showing me this, I believed at heart I was just a great salesman. That's what I do. I work in the restaurant business. I can sell you poop with cheese on it, and you would be like, wow, that's amazing.
Wow.
I guess it's too much, right?
That was gross, actually.
But the calls are what changed me, because I started pulling little value from each person and what they do. And when I started to pull what they do and I started to add it to us, I mean, she said one thing today that I honestly, I told Jennifer, I was like, wow, that's amazing. We should totally pull this off. You guys know that we're running 7-day challenge groups right now using Shakeology, and we have some ways that we introduce Shakeology to people. And well, she said she runs a 5-day sneak peek of how to become a coach, what it means to be a coach, however you want to describe it. The same sneak peek that Dare to Dream does once a month, she does a 5-day. I told Jennifer, we're really only running 7-day challenge groups right now. We could run a 7-day challenge group and then a 5-day sneak peek and just kind of fill it out. And she said, even if you're a new coach, try it. Don't be afraid to fail at it. Because what happens when you fail? You look at it and you go, well, that sucks. I should have did that a different way. And then you fix it and you do it a different way. Like, it's that call this morning, if you haven't listened to it, it was really, really good. And I don't even know who it was.
I read her name like 3 times, but there's been so much going on getting everybody ready for school that I listened and I cleaned a room at the same time. But Anthony was outside doing something and I was inside doing something, and we were both like, did you hear that? That was awesome.
Yeah, I don't get caught up. You guys have to understand, you guys probably do know that. We do not get caught up in the fame. Like we are not here to be Beachbody famous. to tell you the truth, after learning some stuff from Jessica Nelson, we will probably never be 15-star diamonds unless something just like miraculous happens. But that's because she showed us a way how to increase our income. Just so everybody knows that, and we'll teach that later on in life. But it was just awesome to hear the input that she had and how much her team had grown in the amount of time it did. And it was awesome.
This is what I like about those calls, is because no one is being stingy about what they have learned to make it where they are. On those calls, you will hear from 5-star diamond, 2-star diamond, to 15-star diamond, to 8-star diamond, 9-star diamond. There's no respecter of person. Like, it's just everybody. Anybody that can add value to your life. You can relate to them. They pretty much all start out with, how did you start in the business and what made you get to where you are now? That is leaving an open door for it to relate to anybody. And that's what I find inspiring, because I have been listening to those bad boys the entire time that I started this. Even when Anthony was like, why are you listening to that? I'd be with headphones in while he was doing whatever he had to do.
Usually it was Les Mills Combat.
Yes, and still trying to get something out of anything, okay? So, and I know that some days when I did miss it, I made sure that I got back on and listened to the recording, because I didn't want to miss anything. And that's just me. I'm not trying to cast shame or anything on anybody else. That's just me. I didn't like missing it.
That stuff is for you guys. You know, it's great to get value. I think she said she didn't hit Success Club or something, or didn't sign an actual coach for like the first couple months, or like something like that. Or
I must have missed that part.
But she said now her focus is just making sure that her coaches are going where they want to go. And she had some great values. So don't jump back, listen to that call if you haven't listened to it. It was absolutely amazing. I better put this pen down, otherwise my wife's going to stab me. So let's jump right in, okay? Because honestly, life is hectic, and we know that. There's no way that you should turn on a fan. It's hot in here. You hot? I'm hot. Must be the dishes.
It's getting hot in here. Sorry, just kidding.
Life gets busy. You know, this weekend we had Brianna's birthday party.
Not only did we have 8 young ladies in our house, on top of our own children, we had company in from Virginia who had added 6 to our household and 1 dog.
So we had 11 people in our house. Friday night, we had 8 girls sleep over. So you can do the math on all that. It's been a long weekend for us. And it was fun.
It was super fun. It was not boring whatsoever. It was exhausting, but it was not boring.
But, you know, at the moment and at the time, there was no way. I couldn't have got on Messenger and been like, hey, man, like, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, we're just playing cornhole. You want to be a beach body coach? Like, I couldn't have did it.
There was no power hours going on with us this weekend.
Like, the only power hours we had, like, it was like power hours of, okay, let's sit here on the couch, get rested, and then we'll start this all again.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was fun. I looked at Jennifer a couple weeks ago and I said, you know, there's no way that I walked out of the restaurant business to kill myself doing this all the time.
Yeah.
Like I want to be great. I want each and every one of you to get to Diamond and then start learning how to build coaches so that you get to Star Diamonds and start seeing corporate bonuses and stuff like that.
And trips. Free trips.
And trips. I tell some of the people the trips that I'm going on over the next year, and they're like, man, that sounds like a dream. I'm like,
it's a little scary on my end. It's like one every 3 months.
It really is one every 3 months, like every quarter. But, I went from working 60 hours a week, 60 plus hours a week, working every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I literally worked Friday to Tuesday. That was my schedule. Mm-hmm. And I caught myself one Saturday, like I was going in hard. Like I wasn't paying attention to kids. Like, they were like, were you doing the same thing?
Oh, no, you weren't paying attention to me.
Well, and I stopped myself and I set my phone down and I looked at Jennifer. I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I said, I got out of the restaurant business and I do this so I can have more family time. And then I spend all my time not with my family. Now I can do power, like I can still spend time with my family and shoot out like little messages real quick. But I'm talking about locking in and like going in hard on a power hour, except for Anthony, sometimes a power hour turns into like power 4 hours. And that's what we want to talk about. How can you keep busy in your business amongst all of the craziness of life, but still enjoy life?
Okay, but the other spectrum, Anthony had the job and the time that he had. Now, if you take and can relate anything to, I was already a stay-at-home parent with 3 kids, actively involved in sports or some sort of extracurricular activity, a husband gone 60 plus hours a week, 12, 13 hours a day, whatever it ended up being. And a majority of my time in the evening was, what are you doing? Just stop. A majority of my time in the evening from 2 o'clock on until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning was me. I was the only parent at home. I was the only one running here, running there, doing this, grocery shopping, doing this, taking kids, sick kids, blah, 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 whatever it may be, okay? So I had my own busy. And then I started the business, and I was like, I'm going to be honest with you. At first, I was a little freakish. I didn't really know what I was doing. So I had to put things into play to make those busy moments with the kids work for me.
So as we go into this, we got a couple little notes. Okay. First off, use power hours. Okay. You have the ability to develop a power hour however you see it to produce for you. Okay. They're like Tisha and Brian always had a post where it's like start 5 conversations, start 3 new conversations, get 2 new friends.
Then move to your Coach Online office. Then it was posting in your groups and
some other stuff.
It didn't last that long for me for that one.
So that one for me, it didn't really work for me. Okay, I didn't like using it. But what I honestly do now, and I'm just going to be as honest as possible for you. I will send out 20 messages that say, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? How's Monday treating you? Looks like somebody's got a case of the Mondays. No, don't say that. I'll send out 20 messages because I might only get 5 of them to answer back at that moment. And then I'll start like,
Because then hours later, they're all going to hit you up.
yeah. But see, that's kind of how I keep my flow going through the day. Because throughout the day, like I'll get like a couple that'll hit me up. The only time it gets chaotic is if like all 15 answer me back right at that moment. Then I'm like, you know, Jennifer's trying to talk to me. I'm like, I can't talk right now. Going in hard, honey. Going in hard. Like, and but I mean, that rarely ever happens. Most of the time, I mean, you still get a lot of people that don't even have Messenger on their phone, so they don't respond. You know, they have to wait till they get home, get behind their computer, and you think it's because you're a beach body coach, but it's really not. It's just because they don't have Messenger on their phone. So it takes them forever to get home to see a message, or maybe once a week or twice a week they actually see your messages. So I send out 20 messages, and then from there I'll start working through some of the group stuff. But that's what works for me. That's what works for me. How do you do your power hour?
He failed to mention, big bomb, just kidding, that in his morning time, he makes his first initial post. He strikes up interest and activity right from the get-go. Sometimes it may be 6 o'clock in the morning for all those people that get up earlier than us and get ready for work. Sometimes it's 8 o'clock and they see it, you know, later down the road. But whatever he does, he has made it a habit to get on first thing in the morning and make one initial vital, eye-attracting, whatever post.
It could be as stupid as Lucius just falling off the couch right now. You know, like it could be just anything. It could be
my morning face, maybe, because he's done that before.
That was a good one, though. Like we were both laying there, and like I just snapped a picture real quick. Like those are just funny ones that people are like. I'll post something that says, "I'm pretty sure that my wife's gonna kill me when she sees this," or even more fun for you ladies that your husband's not very avid on Facebook, but he's on Facebook. Dude, use his tag. Tag him. All of his friends will see it. Make it to where
I guarantee their wives will see it too, because who isn't friends with their husband?
So all you have to do, like, if let's use Krista, for example. Okay? Badass Billy Brooks, he doesn't really focus on the business. Not yet, at least. We're going to say not yet, because I'm believing that's going to happen. But, you know, if he had a Facebook, you tag him in a post. So if he's even thinking something crazy, or if you actually get to where he's avidly posting, you just say, hey, honey, can you tag me in your post? Just as long as they're copacetic and normal and not retarded. And that, it works both ways. So, when we post, if we say, hey, post 3 to 5 times a day, and we're both tagging each other in post, we're really actually posting 6 to 10 times a day. That's why we built a network so fast and so many people watching us, because we just tag each other. Because we're sharing life together anyways. Mm-hmm. So,
but one thing, some top things that I like to keep track of when I'm doing my power hour is making sure that I am posting in the groups that I'm in. I'm sure you've heard me say this before. I may be in, but I do not use too many yard sale groups. They're just not my thing. They don't work for me. But I am in other groups, mommy and me groups, mommies with 3 kids, mommies with only 1 boy, boxer groups. I'm in a wide variety of groups that are either hobby related, my personality traits, my physical, I'm married with kids, that kind of thing. And those, I have wife groups that I'm in, wife groups, whatever you want to call that.
Big booty white girls.
No, I'm not in those. I've worked hard for my booty, thank you. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, not really. But I try to make sure that I'm posting something in those at least 3 times a week. At least. Okay? Because sometimes they can get overwhelming if you go crazy, but at least 3 times a week. I'm making sure Anthony does 20. I may do 10 sometime during the day and then a few in the later evening when things slow down. Because I've noticed that a lot of the people that I actually communicate with are on more in the evening than they are during the day. So to actually get them on Messenger or something like that, I stay closer to the evening hours. But another great way, if you are doing the 3 to 5 times a day posting, is there are some great websites that you can use that will help you post later down in the day. Okay, say you have to get up and go to work by 8 o'clock and you can't get on at your lunch hour, or you can't get on at the 6, 7 o'clock hour, but you can schedule a post with some of these websites. One of them is called postcron.com, and another one is Hootshoot, HOOTSUITE.com. Those help program them, and you can do them for a day ahead, that night, that next morning, whatever you so choose. They're scheduling posts. Then I like to go through a lot of my people that have liked my posts or commented on my posts, and I like to comment back to them, but also go to their page and like and comment on some of their stuff, because that increases their functionality in my newsfeed also. But what you have to figure out is you have to have some sort of system, some way, shape, or form to make it work. Okay? So Anthony and I started incorporating Asana. We're still getting used to it, but I have narrowed it down, and I've spent time on YouTube trying to figure it out also on how to use it. But it keeps track of our people who have seen the webinar. It keeps track of people that we've invited to challenge groups, people that have joined our team, people that are thinking about buying a challenge pack or Shakeology orders. And you can schedule it to where when you need to follow up with them. And in doing that, we have made Fridays and Mondays follow-up days. So we're able to do follow-ups 2 times a week like that. It helps you schedule times months ahead if someone says, hey, I can't sign up or buy anything until October. Well, you can schedule it to where you get a notification when you log into Asana. That has to be a habit. And see when you are supposed to talk to that person. And it'll show up in big green letters and say, the day that you're supposed to talk to them. And you can complete the task and move them into other things. It's a really great program, guys. You can dive into it and look, but like I said, something has to take in play if your lives are busy and you want the business to work for you instead of against you.
It's when you have to find a way to organize. That's what, we heard about Asana forever, and we
fought it forever.
Kind of fought it. And, I was using a binder, and writing people's names down in it. And I can still go back to that binder right now and use it. I can. But Asana just works smoother. It's just better. For us, it's a little bit harder because we operate with only one computer, and that kind of sucks. We need another computer. But right
Asana
now,
goes on your phone. So
now I have Asana on my phone. So while I'm using my phone, I'll try and update my stuff from there. But with your power hours, start to stay organized, because it might not be something. Okay, we'll answer that one here.
Okay.
Asana is basically, it's ASANA. Okay. And when we get off this, we'll share the YouTube video that Jennifer learned Asana from. But this is basically, it's like something where you can set up almost like calendars. And in those calendars, like I could write Romero Castro asked me, he's doing T25. I can leave myself a note. He's doing T25, and he wants to know what it is to be a Beachbody coach. So we have it to where, okay, shared the webinar, showed him what Shakeology is, and he's interested in 21-day fix. And then Romero could say, all right, I love this. I'm all in. I want to buy it on the 1st. Now we program that in to where it tells us on the 1st, okay, follow up with Romero because he wants the 21-day fix and Shakeology. So we'll share that so you can see more of it, and then we'll you guys can hit us up and ask us questions if you have any. I forgot where I was going with that one. Oh, organization. Because the more that you get further into this, like right now we have talked to hundreds of people, if not thousands. So if we don't keep track, then we're lost. And everybody knows that sometimes it takes 5 to 6 times to talk to somebody. So being able to have control of that right from the get-go is huge. If we can do that right from the get-go and you are able to start tracking it, that means that next month, the month after that, you can still jump back. The prioritizing your day was another big one for us. I am not a list guy. I hate lists. But as a full-time Beachbody coach, this is something that I have had to do because it gives me something to measure. So that as I'm going throughout my day as well, like I don't get caught up on the computer and just get stuck. And I'm like plugging away, and all of a sudden I haven't done the dishes. My room's still a disaster. I mean, it could be stupid little stuff, or it could be I need to go shopping at the store. But we kind of program that stuff in so that we have a better grasp of our day, and actually we'll just check off stuff, and that's like Jennifer's deal. So
that's my thing. But lists, if you have, okay, so we've already talked about, scheduling your posts, a type of program for organization, but now think about everything that you have to do in your entire day as a wife, as a husband, as a parent, as a student, whatever it may be, okay? Think about from the top of your list to the least important thing at the bottom of your list. And that's what he's talking about, prioritizing your day according to those tasks that you have for each day. So if you know that you have to be at a doctor's appointment at 9:30 in the morning, and later on in the afternoon you have to take little Billy to karate, then at 3 o'clock, then you know that what you have to do before 9:30, before 3 o'clock, and after 4 o'clock, okay? So what needs to be done in order to make those things happen according to that list, if that makes sense to you? This is what I thrive on. Because 3 kids, dentist appointments, doctor's appointments, school time, homework, blah, 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 blah. We watch a kid after school. Like, we have to have some sort of organization. So I'm super excited school starting because I get to get 500 million things done while the kids are at school and can focus on them after school, on those relating things with them. And then I know after they go to bed at 8 o'clock, I can focus more on the business again. So my day sort of gets, you have to do a balancing act of what you need to take care of, and whatever ends up being the least important on that list can get carried over to the next day, because you've made it known that you are saying it is not really that important, say dusting the blinds. It can go to the next day because it's not a detrimental to either your children's health, your health, or whatever in the family, okay? That is what I'm saying, least important, and carry it over.
Future Beachbody coaches are going to need this. If you're a full-time Beachbody coach, or you're getting there, like eventually you're going to want to be able to organize your day better. And then quickly, like the last point, and Jennifer has kind of already brought it up, make sure that you're constantly relating in the business. And a lot of times the busy makes it hard to relate. So what happens is that your posts relate for you. So you just post. You just post whatever you're doing. You know, Romero today sent me a video of him tearing like these big, huge rods out of his garden that he worked on for like 3 days. I know it was longer, Romero, don't. But, I mean, like, those are like funny little moments. Like, people are like, oh, well, they're not just trying to sell me a wrap that is stupid. I was on Instagram. I watched, they're all on my phone. I seen like 15 different, like I was just scrolling through Instagram and all of them were It Works wraps. Before and afters, before and afters, before and afters. I was like, holy crap, man. Like, this isn't what is going to help you grow your business.
Take this, make it simple. It doesn't have to be profound. It doesn't have to be a page long trying to get your point across. It doesn't have to be, you know, super deep and intelligent and all that kind of stuff. If that's who you are, then that's who you are. But if you're in the scenario of making the busyness of your life work for you and not against you, then simplicity makes it easier. So making something relate with your following is what's going to work the best for you. And then later you can go on and you can follow up when you do your power hours and figure out your systems. And there you go, making your posts work for you and not against you.
Half the time, if you just take a picture of what's going on in your life and relate it the right way, you know, it's what you say about the post that will draw people's attention to the post. So the picture matters because the scroll monsters will stop at a picture and then some people will read the post and that's what draws them in. So
it's like I was going. I think it was last week. And I noticed that I always wear flip-flops. I hate shoes. I don't like my feet to be hot. And so I still had my workout shoes on and my socks that did not even match because I could not find matching socks. And I didn't notice it until after I was done at the grocery store and after I had already gone to 2 other places. And I looked down at my gas pedal for some apparent reason because there was something there. And I was like, holy crap, I have mismatched socks on. And I've just been in public for the last hour and a half. Oh my gosh, I did. And I took a picture because how many busy moms or busy parents are either they notice that their shirt is inside out or they have 2 different pairs of socks on or they're missing one earring. I've been there before. And it's kind of like, who can't relate to that? So the simplicity of it all just makes it work for you. It really, really does. So I hope that in the busyness of your day, you have still been able to make time for your business. And this gives you some sort of profound or just something to give you insight on to make sure that this is working with you and to take the stress away. The last thing I want is for you to feel stressed and overwhelmed when it can be done so much easier. So if you guys have any questions, Anthony and I are always here. We have our phones usually 99% of the time. And you can hit us up and ask us any questions. If you want, I will still post about the Asana in our team page so you can get a glimpse of what that is to see if it is something that you would enjoy. But otherwise, we hope you all have a great night and keep helping people. Keep changing lives one home at a time.
Deuces.
Bye, guys.